Yo! Happy Friday. I hope everybody's doing well. Enjoying this wonderful pullback that we had off of a very big level. I hate to say it, but I had it on my chart and I traded it. Oh, I look like the hindsight trader, huh? I shared my ideas in Discord this morning. Hey, good morning, Raymond. Happy Friday, buddy. I shared my ideas in Discord, level 2, with the members. Talked it all through. Shared my trade plan a little bit. And, took the trade. So it was good. Long off T1, that was shared. And then the 15-16 level was a level I was looking at taking profit off the T1 long, which was T plus 1 was 02 or 0125. And I was looking to get out in the 15-16s, let some run. And we ended up getting a big reversal off that zone. So I actually took a short there because it, to me, looked like the longs were in distress today. So anyway, did all that, and so we've got the Twitter or the Discord up and running now, and happy about that. I had scheduled it for Saturday, but you know me, I'm a dog with the bone. Sometimes I sit there and shake it. So I wanted to get the implementation of the Discord done. Good morning, Andre. Good morning, Virtunis. Wanted to get the Discord done, so I worked on it kind of late every night. So I actually, cumulatively, I'm a bit tired. So was up again early this morning, 4:50. My son kicking me in the stomach. So I was like, I'll just wake up. All right, let's go make sure the Discord's not broken. It's not. There were a few things that I had to go adjust, so I did that. But now I think it's all refined and doing what it's supposed to do. So yeah, if you sign up for level 2, you get all the YouTube stuff, and then also that Discord. And we've got a nice merry group of serious traders, and that's the only access. The only way you get access is through the level 2 membership. So that's where it is. I'm getting people going, I just want access to the Discord because I remember your old Discord and how you used to give all kinds of signals and you'd get on mic and I used to make money off of you. Well, you got to sign up for level 2 through YouTube. That's the only way. You know why? It's because YouTube integrates it automatically, so I don't have to do all this administrative stuff. All right? You sign up through YouTube, you pay for the level 2, you go add your YouTube account to your Discord account, and within an hour, the Discord and the YouTube sync, and poof, you get my server. So, and on there, you're going to have all my HUD chart books. You're going to have all my volume bar chart books with all kinds of cool stuff. And you're going to get the meat of the membership, which is education through YouTube videos that only level 2 people have. And then we're going to be able to discuss it in Discord and see how the heck this stuff actually works in real time. So I took trades in front of the small group on YouTube and talked them out. Why I was shorting where I was shorting. Why I was going long. I took some scalps. Primary and secondary moves. I talked it all through. I discussed a little bit the BBWC, which is, I've done a video for level 2 members only that's in depth so they understand it completely. And there will be follow-up videos because out of that setup, there are so many other kinds of setups, and there's A plus 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 plus, and then there's B plus setups out of that. And you guys are going to learn all the little variants and learn how to read it so that when you see that in real time, you're going to be like, ah, this is one of the A plus 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 ones. Maybe not that many pluses, but it's a freaking awesome setup, right? And then eventually, I'll share my DOM with you guys with all the settings for level 2 members. And we'll all be using the same DOM, and we'll all be looking at the same thing. And you'll be able to see all the momentum shifts in the market. You'll be like, that's why you bought right there. When I said, I'm scaling long at 68, right? Looking for a bounce into 75, and I got it. And I shorted 76, and I got it. And I covered into 72, 71 in real time, talking to Discord members, streaming live. We'll all see the same thing. And then you will learn. You will be a fisherman. And you will be slinging contracts, hopefully executing in a similar fashion. But it all takes practice. But there's no reason why people can't learn to do how I do things. There's just none. There's no reason not to do it. Don't get caught up in trying to teach me your ways. Come into the Discord, come learn, and ask tons of questions. And you guys know me. I love to answer questions. I love talking about markets. Do we have any questions in the chat? Let's see. Trade Future says, bro, you good at marketing. Ask members who are there if I'm good at trading. Right? Ask them. Ask him, did he call the market this morning? It's a no BS thing. You know, you don't have to be good at marketing if you can actually call a market. You just say, I did this, and here's the proof. And then you say, people say, whoa, you're a good marketer. No. I just talked about it in real time. So it sells itself. Right? Do I need more members to make this all worth my time? Yes, I do. Is it worth it for you guys and cheap as hell at $49.99 for level 2? Yes, it is. What's my end game? My end game is that all of you guys unsubscribe. I get 10 or 15 or 20 really good traders who all know my methods. We become lifelong friends, and we all trade together until we die. That's my end game. Level 3 coming soon. You know, Discord was going to be level 3, believe it or not. And I asked people, are you guys willing to pay for level 3? Mr. Trade Futures. They said, yes, Mike, we're willing to pay. And I thought about it, and I said, you know what? I just want to make it easy for people to connect. Right? So there is no charge for people were paying without a Discord. People were signing up. A lot of them were signing up. So the majority of all this membership is not from people who knew about a Discord was coming. In fact, there was not going to be a Discord because I spent way too much time on Discord last year. It was detrimental. So this time, I'm going to spend less time. But when I'm there, I'm going to focus. I'm going to educate people on the videos that I'm already putting out for them. And it's just value add. Because again, my end game is not to make a living off of this YouTube. My end game is to connect with people who are bright and end up becoming awesome traders. So anyway, it's what it is. It's what it is. We're here on T+2. That's that big yellow line. Oh yeah, and NAPT. I understand, man. Oh man. Ugh. I should continue marketing to trade futures because what I actually want to say about his comment is that if you think you can learn everything about that I know about trading in a month, just a month, then you're going to sell yourself short. But I really doubt most of you guys, after you actually talk to me in person, like live, and hear me and discuss markets and ask me questions, like I told everybody in the Discord, call a spade a spade. I didn't say call a spade a spade. I said question everything. And when I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. And when I'm wrong on some call that I make, I won't erase my call. I've never done that. Ever. Because real trading involves being wrong. That's what it is, right? That's the truth. So, anyway, a little bit of marketing here, I guess. Join or not, but if you join, read the rules. And the rules are don't be a cocky SOB. Be kind, be respectful towards others. Otherwise, you get the axe. You're like, what? I paid for that. No, you didn't. The level 2 stuff, the promise is YouTube videos that are awesome, that have actual alpha. And I go through and I spend a lot of time to create those videos for you guys. A lot of time, right? To make them digestible and concise, and I edit them, blah blah blah, and I do it all my. So I'm only promising only 3 videos a month, and to me, that's more than enough alpha for people. So I'll do 3 videos a month. I'll answer questions about them. I'll do live streams just for members. I'll do Discord screen shares just for members. Is all the Discord stuff promised? No. You agree when you sign up to the Discord and you go in, because I know how it gets in Discord, right? It's a lot more interactive. People tend to start bragging. People tend to start acting like they're the world's best trader. Sometimes people talk down to each other. Even if you're level 2, if you do that, I kick you out. And if you're like, oh, I don't want to be part of your membership anymore, fine, good riddance. That's how it's actually going to be, guys. So, you know, so maybe I sold a little bit, but now I come back to reality. This is what it's going to be. Big boys and girls only, right? No little teeny boppers in there thinking they're cool, acting like insolent little, you know, brats. It's not going to happen. So, anyway. Yeah, it's live trading HPY. 80 hours now. I don't know. I haven't added them all up exactly. I know it's at least 80, but I do the conservative thing and say 70. So yeah, I mean it's so the 9.99 is like you're gonna get the Discord, all the news bots with all the channels. All right, I've got them. What? How is the new Discord all separated? Let's see. I'll read out all the different. Let's see. We'll open Discord. So the news feeds get broken out to headline news, sentiment macro news. Probably the sentiment macro news is one of the most valuable channels. In case you guys, I was gonna post that for members and I forgot. Um, so headline news, sentiment macro news. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Forex news, stock earnings news. So it's all news related to earnings. Stock technical analysis. So lots of charts. Stock hedge fund news. So these are posts by people who are hedge fund managers or fund managers. options news, so news related to options, equity futures news only, TPO, market profile news, so people who share charts for market profile, crypto news, crypto technical analysis news, crypto hedge fund news, right? So those are all the separate channels. So that's the $9.99, right? You get your questions answered a little bit, and then you're able to see all the live trading on YouTube, which a lot of alpha in that. So, and then during those live streams, I talk about all kinds of things from BBWC to settlement to trading patterns and setups, and I do it all live. So, and I don't take back any trades, right? I don't go edit any of that. It's part of a live stream, and it's in the live stream on YouTube because it's all unedited. So this is why I do the live trading, is so people know there's no editing after the fact. There's no curve fitting on my trading, so that you guys know, hey, when he trades, there's a very small little buffer between what's happening in the market and his live stream. And he either makes a good choice and rationalizes it, or he doesn't. He's a losing trader. That's it. So you could see he either performs or he doesn't. Because at the end of the day, right, if I curve fit everything and I edited it all to make it look like I'm some furu that never loses, then I'm like everybody else out there. But if I can call a market in real time, well, then I'm different, because I'm willing to put it out on the line and be accountable. So that's my focus, right? And I've always gone for accountability in my Discords, always. The last Discord accountability, we did something called a small account challenge when I had Discord last year for a year. And I invited everybody from the contributors group, come join us, $1,000 account, full transparency. You got to show that it's not a sim account. Every time you make a trade, at the end of the day, on the day that you make a trade, post your trades, post your P&L, post your entry, exits, talk about the rationale if you can, if you have time. Okay? I posted all my trades, every single one. So, I returned a healthy percentage on that account over 4 weeks, about 35%. Trading as I normally do. Full transparency. I wasn't afraid. Now, were some of the people in the group, some of them were afraid. Some were like, I don't want to show you my sucky performance. Others were like, I'm not really ready to trade real money yet. Fine, whatever. So not everybody did it, right? But that's what this is about. That's why I do this on YouTube. I want to show people, hey, even during garbage time, which this is garbage time. This is algo o'clock, guys. Between 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 11, markets go into low volume consolidation rotations. All right. My opening trade today was I stayed out of the market and I told people in Discord in the pre-market, one possibility is a move above T1, then coming back to T1, holding T1, and then moving up into 4,020. Everybody's going to want to sell 4,020 because everybody and their mama wants to sell that level. I will get out ahead of that level and I will see what the market gives me. When we stop ran up there and there was no interest to buy, that is where I got short and I got out. So I got out in the 4,012s. I got short from 4,015 through 16 with the 4,015 and a half average. I took profit into T+2. I posted it ahead of time where I was going to take and get in and out of these trades. I then targeted 85. It never got to 85. It sucked. I didn't play it right. It bounced. My stop was 4,475. It didn't get there. When it came back down into the 92 handle. I move my stop because of some structure above 9 for the TP2 portion of the trade. I move my stop to 96. That stopped out from the initial position of 4,015.50, right? That stopped out. It sucked. I then shorted into that move and covered for 4 points. And then I let it go, still holding the initial core position. It went back up, stopped me for the whole position at 4,004.75, and the market's all the way down here. My TP2 was 85, my TP3 was 75, and my runners was going to be 75 being tested and then hold it for a trend day to the downside. That's what I told everybody in pre-market and Discord. That was my plan. Does it always transpire the way you want it to? No. The fact of the matter is I stopped out of this position before it could get all the way down here. Otherwise, I'd still have all my I'd have TP2, TP3 hit, and I have runners right now. I'm not there. I'm not holding anymore. So, hey, that's the truth. Sucks, but whatever. People who were live with me in the Discord heard me go, I'm going to get stopped out right before it happened. I'm like, dang it, it's going to happen. And it did. Blah. I'm like, I'm out. And I lamented, now that they got me, they'll probably go take it down. But you know what? I'm happy with the trade. It is what it is. All these hindsight people are going to come along and go, you shoulda, coulda, woulda, bruh. Hey, the hard right edge is a little harder than your local furu makes it out to be. Okay? I'm trading in real time. I'm making calls and sharing my logic in real time so that it can be scrutinized and quality tested by my peers. And I like it. So is that marketing? No, that's just what it is, brah. That's what it is. If you think that that's marketing, brah, you got something else coming, because that's just truth. Anyway, not angry. Maybe I sound angry, but I'm not. I'm having fun. All right. Below T2 here, liquidating back. So I think it's now interesting to the short side here, even though we're in the middle of the range. So we got the RTH. We got the RTH volume node here on the TPO. Here, let me switch it over. 49-inch top left. All right. Right in here. And that's where we're at. So I know it's terrifying to think of getting short here for a lot of people, right? Because you have this. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll change the color. You have this zone here, and it's 100% extension of initial balance. When I say, let me make sure you guys are seeing the screen right. Yeah. Okay, so initial balance is this line up here, right? It goes from up here. It's the first 60 minutes of trade using a TPO or market profile chart. Right, so it's right where the singles start is where initial balance ends. Anyway, when you take initial balance and you double it, that's called 100%. 50% of it is half of it. So you notice how the market hung out around half, but now we're at 100%. All right. Markets, when they hit 100% of balance, they typically go sideways a little bit. But what's interesting about this level is that you had a few days of balance with the overnight and RTH, right? So this is RTH. You see that little yellow up there? This is RTH up here. We smashed through this poor high that was left from that day like nobody's business in here. Right? We did some volume, sure. But this market is willing to sell back into the range fairly easily. It's a weak market. That's why I say, like, I know it's scary to short in this area because it may bounce and kind of, come back to this, we'll call it 3 wide. So in market profile terms, when you get 3 letters stacked on top, which are this 3 30-minute periods, when you get 3 30-minute periods stacked up, we call it a 3 wide, right? If you go into your settings, you can actually make it count put numbers here in front. You're like, what are you talking about? If you're not a market profile trader, you're gonna be like, what is this dude on? This dude's on crack. All right, here we go. Settings. It's da, 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 da. Oh, it's been a while since I turned it on, guys. So we'll see. Mm-hmm. Did I miss it? I might have missed it. Let's see. Jeez. If you guys are in the channel and watching, would you guys hit that like button? It's you guys have power. It'll get more people watching. We'll make this thing lit. Let's see here. I would really appreciate it. I'm looking for it, guys. Oh, display total TPO count. There it is. Jeez. I thought it was much higher. So anyway, so there you go. You're like, I can't read that. Okay, well, what that says is 3 right here. So it's 3 wide, right? So if you're just learning TPO and you want to like learn some of these, the lingo, like, we got a 3 wide above us. Well, that could be resistance, right? So we might bounce to the 3 wide. It's also a little volume at ledge here. We might fill it in and rotate back down around T plus 2. Now, if you have my HUD, you know T plus 2 is low volume, right? It's a 20th percentile, right? So, how does that factor in? It's likely not to become as much of resistance. So price can probably, around T1, move up through it a little easier. Because, here we go. We bounced around T1, right? Here's T1. Now it's low vol. It'll probably bounce up through there a little easier and rotate around. Now, if this was heavy volume on the HUD, it would be different. It was super heavy and we broke this. We'd probably do a liquidation break and just keep moving down. But because it's low volume, we're going to rotate. Maybe we'll rotate. So, I don't know. It's garbage time. Trend down. I've got Romo realizing one missed out. Or Remo realizing I missed out of this whole move. Oh well. Purdue had a great trade today. Purdue was killing it. Jeez, he was killing it. Super, super happy with listen to that dude call trades on the Discord as well. Mr. Purdue, he was on it in a big way. To take a on it in a big way, guys, for you here. He's on it in a big way, just like the CME announcer for the flash crash. On it in a big way here for you guys. 9 half trades, right? All that whole thing. If you guys haven't heard the flash crash audio of the CME guys, that's better than any sports broadcast where, MJ is coming down and the announcers are going bonkers and it's the end of the game. This guy's just he is just going ape crazy, ape-ish, talking about the talking during the flash crash. It's just search it on YouTube. You'll find it. It's great. It used to be the intro to my some of my videos, right? Little flash crash, right? I have this picture up on my wall. It says Wall Street panics as stocks crash. Um, and it's a framed picture, October 24th, 1929. And you know what the picture serves? I'll take a picture and share it with you level 2 guys in Discord. I'll do it right now. But what the picture serves is it's a reminder for me to respect risk and that I don't know. It's going to Discord now. That I don't know. We never know what's going to happen, and to respect risk, to respect the fact that the market can humble the crap out of you at any time. All right, here we go. Come on. Photos. We'll share it in the lounge, guys, in Discord. You guys are going to be like, what is this dude doing? All right, here you go. Lounge. Reminder to never lose sight of risk. Semicolon. Anything can happen. There you go. Now you know what the message is. Discord. In the lounge. All right. Oops. And that's a live picture over the monitor. I hope I didn't include anything in the monitor. Like, I see his account number. Nope, you just see the top of the monitor. Anyway, it's in there now, guys. All right. So there's our 3 wide potential resistance if we make a bounce. There's our singles. There's 2-2. Low volume into here. So maybe in this area you get a scalp short. If you get to here, maybe you add to the position, right? And then you average in here, stop up here, and you look for a return back into 2 wide, something like that. Look, the market's below us, trending down, showing weakness. What are we doing? We're planning for potentials back into the structure up here. That's all we're doing. That's what trading is about. It's about making a plan and trading it when the time comes to pass with defined risk. Hence why my name is TYP. Trade your plan. That's what trading's about. Trade it. Trade the plan. If you don't do that, you are a butterfly being blown about by the wind, hoping that your next trade's a winner. It sucks. Trading is not, doing that is not fun. Anyway, this is a composite volume profile here. So this composite volume profile is showing us that the prior day's opening VWAP here is potential support. That's why we're planning on it. And you're like, oh, I want to get long. Oh, well, there's an iceberg here on the footprint. Someone else is thinking the same thing. On, off. You're like, what? Iceberg? Show me. Okay, I'll show you. See this right here? It's 1700 contracts. You see the deltas screaming, right? There it goes. They broke it. See that? Big delta, 1700 contracts. So let's see if we get the ante. If you guys follow Adam. Oh, I got to look at the book. See, I'm not in a good way. I'm tired, guys. Art and Science of Technical Analysis author Adam Grimes. You knows about something called the ante. Let's see if we get the ante here. The ante is when you make a false breakout and then recapture on the volume area, right? Let's see. We get an ante here on this ice. This player goes, we'll trap you underneath here and then buy it up here. Let's see. We don't know. Maybe it's just short covering. You never know. You're not saying I anticipate that it's going to be an ante. You say, that's a potential setup. Is an ante here if the market reclaims it? And then what? If the market reclaims it, you got to put a stop somewhere. And what's your target? Let's go look. Maybe your target's here. What? Okay, so if your target's way up there and you think that's a possibility, well then let's go put risk reward on it. Okay, so you're like, all right, you want to go look at um your market profile chart and you want to look at T+2, you want to look at singles, right? On that, so that's up here. All right. Well, if you get the ante here, let's go put a risk reward tool on it. If that happens, you reclaim. So stop goes down here. You buy the reclaim. I'm just looking, what's your risk reward profile, right? What does that look like? It's up here, right? All right. So what's the risk reward? 2. It's not bad. That's what you're trying to constantly set up for. This type of thing, right? Again, I find this to be garbage time. We're trend down. I'm not suggesting you go take a short right now. The best moves already happened, in my opinion. All right. There we go. My kid's yelling, "Spider, mama, spider." Anyway, treadmill on. Let's walk a little bit. All right, let's see if we got any comments. I haven't read Stedelmayer, NAPT. I did read Dalton, and I liked it. It was good. Dalton is a master. So I know people have taken his courses and they liked them. So you want to learn market profile, Dalton's your man. I'll eventually get to market profile in the courses. I will, and I'll show you how I use market profile. But 3 videos at a time per month, maybe 4. Right. This month I'll probably get to more than 3. I've done 3, but I'm going to do more. I just have a passion for teaching, right? What I really want from the level 2 guys, is to watch those videos and then create. I don't know, ask questions about them, either on the comments or in Discord or whatever. But to dig deep, to ask me all kinds of questions, right? Absorb the information for a few weeks, right? So there was that half gap setup that I went over. Purdue came in and asked me a ton of questions, right? So I ended up covering a lot more when he started asking me questions because I could address every single one of them. They were pertinent questions. So do that, right? Even if you think it's a dumb question, ask it, and we'll cover it, right? But what I'm going to try to do is on that deeper content, cover it just for you level 2 guys, right? So I'll give people the overview here on this level 1 stuff, so you'll get a pretty good idea. And the sharper traders among you will probably figure out a lot of this stuff. But I want to get into I want to put the microscope on. Anyway. If you guys are here, please hit that like button. I appreciate it. How's your guys' trading going so far today? All right. Cat's got your guys' tongue? Anybody? That flash crash audio is so intense. It's amazeballs. Yeah, ante. He calls it an ante. It's where market makes a false breakdown and then reclaims the level, trapping the shorts. Nice job, appraiser. Nothing wrong with the point, my friend. Nothing wrong. All right. Ah, yeah. Oh, there's the size. $25 make you holla. I can afford coffee now. So 5.46 points. This takes out for commissions, guys. This is E-mini and a micro. This market, there was some absorption. Did you see the bubble form in here in real time? See how quickly you can make a decision when you got the right tools? Little resistance. Ba, ba, ba. No, that's wrong. That's right. There you go. Making adjustments on the fly here. With me two micros. All right. NAPT says, yeah, Andre, it does, huh? So what we ended up seeing is a footprint. You see all that? Right? See that nice little distribution curve? So do you see where I'm trying to get long here? You see that? Might stop run me. That's all right. Notice it's a 50 rule too, Mr. Andre. Holla, freedom. Holla. I'm back in the Discord. Making the calls you used to know. Freedom Sales is the winner of the SAC challenge, by the way. So, homeboy can trade some volatility, I tell you. I have a good reason why I sold. So I made money. Nothing wrong with that. So NAPT, the major thing is you want to be aware. So we stopped out. Is you want to be aware. We can put some more risk on. There you go. Tighten it up. NAPT, you want to be really, really aware of that. That's what you're doing, right? Ooh, the shorts from here in an interesting spot. Let's see. Like, why did I short 48? Well, we'll see. Maybe the longs. Maybe it's the longs. Maybe it's the longs. All right, there's our 1R. There's our 2R. Hey, remember freedom? I said we could lose, lose, win, win. It's fine. We just keep chugging along on our edge. So what? Your P&L went to 5. Then it went back down to 2 or 3. Now it's back up to 6. Who cares? Happens all the time. Who cares? Got a sack of beans for winning. Most people never even played, Timmy. They didn't even do the rules right. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Da da da. That's right, Andre. That is right. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Remember the nuts and bolts video, Andre, right here. It's an interesting spot. I do agree. Higher time frame, we might do something else. But remember the nuts and bolts video. That'll be important right here, right now. And if we're wrong, oh well. Again, this is garbage time. All right. You guys, you level tours, you all know exactly what I just did, right? Right? You guys should know. Notice how I'm not giving away the house here? Because I want people to value what it is that I'm teaching, right? Don't take it for granted. Yeah, that's right, Andre. Well, it doesn't have to revert, but it typically does, right? So you guys see what just happened there? You see how I took the 50? The 50 off the impulse? I took the 50. 50 ruled. Freedom knows. Freedom knows. Da da da. Ah, missed it. All right. Uh, Thank you, sir. Yep. I mean, Andre, if your thesis is that we're reversing, what do you do at the 50? Right? You've got in, right? So what do you do at the 50? Now, this is not financial trading advice, but theoretically you add because that's your thesis. So anyway, that's right. Yep. Boom, chickadee boom. See, guys, we are going to learn together, and it's going to make sense. And if you buy into what I'm teaching you, and don't push your own agenda, and just listen, you're going to see it works, and it works over and over and over and over and over. And I'm going to demonstrate to you guys every single day I'm in the Discord that it works. Okay? If you want to try to incorporate these techniques for major reversal points on the day, Andre, I because you're such a good buddy, I almost want to every day give you my major reversal points off my weekend homework. We'll see. Because, right, you like to go for bigger swings. And if you heard my Discord stream and all the context that went into the 15-16 level, right, where I talked about the weekly fibs, where I talked about trapped retail, where I talked about sentiment through there, where I talked about velocity of move, where I talked about daily candlestick patterns, where I talked about daily trend line, where I talked about daily structure and inverted head and shoulder potential, and why you sell the breakout of the trend line on a day like today for the big move. Now, granted, did I not catch the whole move to the downside because I stopped into 0475? Yes, I missed it. Was it bad stop placement? For me, no. Nope, not at all. In hindsight, was it? Yes. Absolutely. But I ain't a hindsight trader, right? For those that trade with me, you know that. I am not a hindsight trader. Do I complain and moan about it once in a while? Ah, son of a gun. Sure. Do I put emotional capital into complaining about it? No. And I'll remind you guys over and over and over. Talk about it a little bit, because it's as traders, we got to lighten the load. We got to find some humor in our poor hindsight decision making, but don't dwell on it. Look for the next trade, because if you look in the rearview mirror with trading all the time, you're going to beat yourself up constantly, right? So anyway, BBWC in full effect here, which is why I was looking for that 55 with tight risk. I didn't get it. But do you guys see the power? Andre? Do you guys see the power of the nuts and bolts here? You guys should be seeing this, because you guys, I'm sharing my charts. This is not a promise, and it's not listed as a perk, but you guys know I have your best interest. So I'm sharing my chart books with you so you can all follow along with me. That's why we've got the Discord. And as we go along, I share the chart books. Why? Because I want you guys to succeed. I want you guys to see the same stinking thing as all of YouTube is seeing on their screen. But when I'm in Discord, we're all going to see the same thing. I'm eventually going to do a DOM video. And it's not going to be like, this column does this and this column. No, I'm going to show you how to read the DOM in an applicable way. Not, order flow is hard and it's so complicated. I'm going to spend 3 hours talking about order flow. No, we're going to get down to the nitty gritty. I'm going to teach you the principles, and then we're going to talk about it. And we're going to talk about all the little variations. And once I do that video, I'm going to share the chart book. Is that included in the membership? Do I sell that? No. Why am I going to do that? Because I want everybody. It's the same reason why I created the Discord at your guys' request. It's because I want to see you guys succeed. And I want to teach in a way that it's relevant to you. So that's what I'm doing. That is what I am doing. That's why I'm going to share chart books as I go along. You'll have my ES-DOM chart book with all my little things, and I'll tell you all the special little settings that all these order flow traders don't set properly for the time that they're trading. I've spent a lot of time tweaking my settings to make them relevant. And I understand what makes them relevant. Why? Because I only use the things that I build. Right? I don't subscribe to any service. I build my chart books myself, and I think about what goes into them, and I understand them fully. I don't buy any indicators. I don't buy any software. I configure it myself with full understanding of why I'm doing it, or what I want to be able to read from my configuration. Now, am I angry? No, I'm not angry. I'm passionate. I'm passionate about traders learning to trade the right way so that eventually we can all sing Kumbaya, link arms, and skip off into the sunset. And when I'm 60 years old, we'll have known each other for 20 years. Like, you remember when you first started your little TYP membership service? And I thought $49.99 was expensive? Ha! You were showing me so much more. And you never even charged for the Discord. And you were in there all the time, talking about markets in real time. While all these other wannabes are posting to Twitter after the fact, editing their stuff with 4 or 5 different levels, and then they say, level to the tick, because one of them hit. Come on. Goofballs. Hey, Adrian. Oh, gosh. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Andre, you never know, man. I mean, you're over there in the mountains, by the mountains. I'm not going to reveal anything, by the way. You're over there by the mountains. You got clean air, man. You might live to be 120. I'll probably be dead if I'm in California. Shoot, I might be dead in the next 10 years. You know, another reason, don't lose sight of what trading is about, guys. Trading is about giving yourself freedom to do the things you really, really want to do with the people you love. Or travel. Or be materialistic. Or whatever. But it's one of the last great bastions of freedom that's left. It really is. And we get these futures markets that are all levered up that allow us to be really capital efficient. It just so happens that the offset to that is that they're kind of difficult, right? So you have somebody like me in the dark going, hey guys, they're really complicated, but there is a way to use context and to understand them based on higher time frames and understanding the story of that to make much better trade decisions. But guess what? My voice gets drowned out by promises of wealth from gurus, from people who are posting the one good trade week. It's like I told people in the Discord, you know what your local guru does? You know why their names are new all the time? Right? Is they have multiple accounts where they post different I know this for a fact. I don't do it. I know it for a fact. Just because I've been around trading for a long time. These people have multiple Twitter accounts. And they post different levels on these Twitter accounts. And the one that goes on a winning streak is the one they select to sell all you dummies for their service. Now some of you are like, oh, good idea. Yeah, that's advice for all you people who can't make money trading and need to sell subscription services that are calls only, not to understand the market, for 100 or 200 bucks. And all the dum-dums buy it. It's fine. That's fine. Less competition for us, right? While we're playing against trap traders, and you guys know why I understand this now, because you've seen my introduction, right? I tell you all about my history and why I know what I know. Anyway, we'll be playing against trap traders, and all these little guys we're going to be eating their lunch, hopefully. That's the idea. I want you guys to eat lunch with me. And then you guys who appreciate that I'm fun to trade with, and that I taught you something for peanuts. You will stick around if you're probably like a pretty decent person, decent human being. You'll stick around and not take advantage of me, right? When I get rid of the Discord or get rid of the whole service, right? Because it makes no sense. When there's 30 videos up, am I still going to be charging 50 bucks? Let me ask you guys something. Do you think I should charge 30 if there's 30 training videos up, should I charge everybody 50 bucks for all 50 videos that I've spent hundreds of hours editing and creating for you guys? I'm going to tell you, no, I will not. So all you people that are in now, you're grandfathered. It's a loyalty thing. That's how I roll. I'm loyal to the people who are loyal to me. Now, if I get rid of the Discord and you all of a sudden start treating me like crap, then I know. You're just a sucker. Right? You're selfish. There's nothing wrong with being selfish. We don't have to be best friends. But again, goes back to end game. What's my end game? I want to trade with you guys into the future. That is my end game. The 50 bucks, it's just a quality filter for leeches. That's real talk. That's not marketing. That is real talk. You're like, whoa, that appeals to me. It's marketing. No, maybe it appeals to you because you actually understand that makes sense. So a lot of the people that I connected with in Discord, not all of them, some of them were upset with me that I got rid of the Discord. But most of the people I still connect with on a weekly basis. Market selling. So you guys know 10 SMA is timing. You guys know that, right? 10 SMA and trend is a timing mechanism. So we're there. Market's still weak. Anyway. No more allergies. Gone. Ugh. Yeah, it's possible, Andre. It's possible. Yeah, belly of the profile is expanding. We got a poor low going on right now. We'll see. You know, how many times have poor lows in a recent memory stuck around and just been left there, right? They've been left. The poor lows have been left, and then we get them the next day. All right. So you got to look at the regime change. When I say regime change, how is price reacting around these poor lows? So here we go. We took it out by a few ticks, right? But on the TPO chart, it still shows that we have a poor low because of my settings, right? And I still consider this a poor low. So let's go look at it. Top or left right here. Right here. You see that? Let's see if I can get faster. I'm getting faster on my tools, guys. Hey, welcome, Mike. Nice to have you, buddy. Look forward to talking with you in Discord. We had a great session this morning. Mike, all you got to do is go to the homepage, and there's a link there. So you already have access to all the instructions for the Discord. So just go follow those instructions, maybe second or third post down in the members area, I've screenshotted the Discord instructions for how to sync up your YouTube, and boom, you will get automatic access. If you can't wait, once you've done it, you're like, I don't want to wait an hour for the timing of the automatic sync. Message me here, and I'll sync it up right now for you, and then you'll get in. I can manually do that. I'll take time. It's all good, my friend. It's all good. And if you hop in there, I hope you're willing to talk to everybody, because you guys, we got some people from the ages of 20 all the way to 60 plus years old. People who've been doing this for a long time, and people who have just started. There's people of all different levels, but one thing is for certain is they're all here because they're serious about trading. And so the Discord will reflect that, in line with what I've always done in the Discord. Difference is, I'm not going to monitor this Discord like I used to. I'm not going to be on everybody's behinds. You guys want to share chart books? Share them. Don't share Ticino's chart books. Don't share any chart book you paid for. Don't undermine the people who are selling chart books. That I'm not cool with. You build your own chart book, you want to sell, and you want to share it with everybody, be my guest. I'll share some too. It's all good. Right? We're going to have Sierra Chart Masters in there. Why? Why are we going to share them? Because we're building our own. We want to grow together. It's the whole idea behind this is community and growth. And I'm telling you, you're learning from somebody who demonstrates it. So anyway, enough of that marketing. I'm getting tired of it. All right. So anyway, TPO, poor low. A lot of these have not broken down. But here's the bigger picture, Andre, is that I'm just going to show you. Andre, were you around when I was talking about the daily structure? Were you? Because you probably will have a different take of this being a reversal point. All right, there's a reason I'm not sticking in with the long here for even the rest of the day. My definition, well, it's defined for me in Sierra chart, Andre. Within 2 ticks, consecutive 30-minute periods. So I prefer, Andre, for the profile to do this. Let me do this. Let me break it apart real quick. So now that we're talking about it, great question, by the way. Thank you. I prefer for this profile, turn this on, right? We go this, do this to the upside, and then we come back, and then we make a poor low, not in consecutive sessions, and then we move away from it. That right there is a much weaker low to me. You're like, but that's a double bottom. Yeah, it could be. But when we break away from it, and when we come back, there's weakness there. So these are the ones I really prefer. So consecutive here, where this closes and it makes a double bottom, and this comes back up here. It's still a poor low. It's still weak. But these are the ones that I like for when they break. That's a little market profile nuance for me. That those are the ones that I prefer. And why is that, right? It's the same concept as, let's see, you guys can see this. I just want to make sure. All right, we're trend down, right? Like this. And it's the same concept as a trend line or something that has a really strong resistance or whatever, like a strong level. In this case, it's horizontal. But it becomes weak because traders position on the other side. Right here. That's why ROT works so well, right? so well defined. It's obvious to everyone that there's something on the other side. But the retail trader, it's always obvious to sell this because of what? One, two, oh, the third time? Triple bottom, baby. Triple top. Defined channel. This is how they think of it, right? So when the bottoms come, we come back up, we do that. The retail trader goes, hey, if he comes back here, it already held twice. I'm emboldened. And then we get the liquidity, and then we do that, maybe. Something like that, right? You're playing against the Captain Obviouses of the world, essentially. If you guys are on stream, you like what you hear, please hit that like button. I appreciate it very much. That's kind of your way of saying thank you. Let's see what else here. Okay, so back to this, Andre. I was going to point out that on this, in a market that's really strong, you would want to see this level. This is what I was talking to everybody in Discord about. It gets really interesting here. You would want to see this level hold and T+2 hold. Remember I told everybody a break below T+2 gets really interesting to the short side? And I said, man, I know it seems counterintuitive to sell this area, but you're more likely to get downside here than just a bunch of upside because you're coming back into what is this, the tops of this balance area right here. You're breaking that. And then when you couple that with the daily structure, which I'm not going to get into here, I already covered it with screenshots for all the level 2 people. In the audio channel, it's all covered in there. And I went in detail for, I don't know, 20 minutes about that daily time frame structure and the weekly TPO structure, right? And why this market was likely to be very weak today and not strong, right? Just based on the necklines, based on the daily candlestick structure, much more likely to get a sell here. So I'm not that interested in buying the middle of this range for a long. I'm not. Could happen, but I'm not. I'm more interested in buying here. Yeah, because what happens is this becomes a left shoulder. This is a head. A break of this becomes a neckline. And then you get a bounce. And you probably go higher to find liquidity, then roll over. Because now, because of the viciousness of this up here, right in this area, you find stops here above this level, but you play against trap longs up here. And that was a healthy T+1, right? It's a 40th percentile T+1, right? So you get a rollover maybe. You're like, what? What is this? What is this garbage you speak of? How can you talk about a market going all the way back up to here when we're way down here right now? Because I plan ahead and I plan multiple scenarios. That's what I want you guys to start thinking about. Where everybody else looks to exit and where big money plays against. Because think about it. Think about it, guys. And I've gone over this a gazillion times, but we're going to go over it again. If you're taking a whole bunch of dirt and you're the big money and you have a bulldozer and you're playing against all the plebs and you got a bulldozer, right? You can bulldoze and move all that dirt to one side of I don't know, some developed lot, right? What do you need for all that dirt to be distributed? You need lots of worker bees. Where are the worker bees found? The workers are found in the most obvious breakout points. The dummies sell the breakouts with the worst possible risk reward. And the big money covers the breakouts into the dummies' liquidity. The dummies only notice the obvious stuff. And so the big money has to study, what are the dummies using right now? Are the dummies using order flow? Are the dummies using price action? Oh, are the dummies using some variant of price action? And everybody's subscribing to these services, and they're calling price action by another name now, where they give values for bull bars and bear bars. They call it, oh, it's a 1, this is a 2, this is a 3. And they put it into, the Furus put it into a format that's easily digestible and requires not a lot of thought. Ah, is that what they're all using? Great. That's where we'll take the other side of the trade. Why? Because they're now all selling. They get a cover into you, which is why they do it with ice passively. And then those ice levels become weak points in the market when the market comes back up and all the dummies cover. So they're getting long and covering and triggering above their own covers. They're no longer supply, guys. They're no longer supply. They're going to let the market fall to the breakout point. Here, let's annotate it as we go. They're going to make the market fall to the breakout point. Oh, let's change this. Oh, sorry. I'm walking on a treadmill, so maybe, Mike, you're a little right. Sometimes it's a struggle, but whatever. I've been on this treadmill over 2 hours, so I'm getting a little tired. Whatever. Anyway, they're going to cover. There's a neckline. They wait for the dummies. The dummies go long. They cover short. Now, you had ice, what? You had ice here, 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 right? The dummies got caught up in the ice. They're still holding because, hey, weakness. And dummies are taught, trade big risk reward and hold the whole move. Trade 10R trades all the time. All you got to do is win 20% of the time. They're not told that when you got to win 20% of the time, the probability of doing that is very low unless you're an amazing trader and you can look at context very, very well. Then maybe you're right. 20% of the time to get your 10R trade. That is the outlier trader. So they are not taught that the probabilities of success on a 20R trade are more than inverted 100%. They're not taught that. They're just taught by some Furu who's on 15 different accounts making live calls with different levels and different outcomes that, hey, I got it right on this account and that's the one I'm going to sell. That's why I keep telling you guys, go find somebody. I don't care who it is. It doesn't have to be me. Go find somebody else and ask them to trade the market for you live. If they can't do it, run for the hills. If they can do it, bow down and worship and maybe don't do that, but go learn. If they can do it, go learn. If they can't, run. Because the only thing someone cannot fake in this market is calling the market in real time. You can't fake that. And if it's one person doing it repeatedly, look, it doesn't matter if that guy's trading a micro contract or 100 lot ESs. If he's calling it right and the market's moving and he's got edge, great. So anyway, so the dummies, as the price, see, these are the big ones. These are the big boys and girls who are getting out of their short from distribution. So they're creating weaknesses in the market through this zone. They are no longer supply. You think they are. So all of you guys who are like delta traders and you're like not paying attention to this structure and this structure and this line and the ante that just happened, and you're like, delta, my delta indicator is going to save you. But you can't read the context of the market. Some of you are learning right now, and light bulbs are going off. And you think, hey, I think I learned everything from TYP I'm ever going to need to learn. I'm going to go trade profitably. Ask anybody from the old Discord if a year later they weren't getting their minds blown with something new. Because trading involves trading markets that change their regime from bull to bear to sideways back to bull. And that transition, unless you've seen it and done it, is really damn hard. And that's why all the indicators you buy break. They break from time to time. Hey, welcome, Matt. Nice to have you here. Big volume at 42 level. Exhaustion? You know, whenever you get here, you see that delta extending? It's likely to break. Why do I say that? It's because someone stuck their neck out at one tick. So yeah, we're deep into this trend. So you're going to get rip and rallies. But the trend, as long as, and I'll zoom out for a second, but let me finish this story here. Oh, sorry. You guys are not looking at my footprint, and I just marked up my footprint. So yeah, I see it. Andre, here. Let me switch over. Andre's a paying member, so I'm going to answer his questions. And I like Andre a lot. He's a good guy. All right. I like everybody in the group so far. People are all cool. It's really great. Anyway, Andre's talking about this. You can see I marked it up. It's just an iceberg. It's these guys that I talked about that are covering into the move. You're getting close to the neckline. Right? You can draw a neckline up like this. See how it's close? So they're going to cover into the trend line and before. Everyone's going to think, that's it. Now, if you have a perfect trend line, do you think that trend line, rule of 3 to the downside, is not going to get slammed? Come on. Look at that. Look at all that volume down here at 34. Bigger picture, right? Bigger picture. Bigger picture being a low here, put a trend line on it. We're in a rot situation. Rule of 3. I've done a YouTube video on it, guys. Go look it up. Anyway, ice is all the way down. You can see it. Here's one. Here's one. Why do you think I'm talking about this? Right? So let's go back to the other screen. Let's keep explaining big picture. Right? So we're talking about ice. Well, we just saw in the footprint. Oh, hey, what do you know? There's ice today. It's like I've done this before and watched. Oh, yeah, I pay attention. I pay attention to the bigger pattern. I pay attention to the small time stuff. And I put together a picture. Why? Because I traded crypto. And I traded it big. And I know how to trap traders. That's why. It's my whole introduction to you guys on the Discord. Which is the first time I've ever done it. People asked in the old Discord, hey Mike, you give me an introduction. I want to know all about your past. Yeah, I do. I already knew at that point that I was like, you guys are fatiguing the crap out of me, and I've asked you all, please do more. So for all these people who are my moderators for a year, and they're not doing anything for me, and there's no charge, and your eyes are all drinking from the fountain of knowledge every day, but you're now all doing your own thing. And you're not even listening to what I'm telling you, and I'm profitable every day, and you're just going off on your own tangents all the time. This is what happens when you don't charge for anything. People are like, is he really sharing something valuable? I'm like, well, yeah, I'm calling it for you every day. Well, I'm not taking your trades because I want to take my own trades. Right? That's what happens. So all these people, they were just not doing anything, right? I'm like, I would have stuck around. So at this point, I already knew I didn't want to do an introduction and spend all that time telling everybody about my past because, hey Kermit, nice to see you, buddy. Because I wasn't going to be around for long. And I had told other people in closer buddies in the Discord, I'm like, I am so burned out of this. All these people are just, they're doing their own thing. And I'm like, all I want to do is share what I know so that you guys can all kick butt. But people have been convinced because I was way too nice that their method is equal, and it's not. But I was trying to do this whole contributor give and take thing. And it's like, how do you get people to open up, unless you're kind and encouraging? And it got to be too much. And I was spending 3 hours a day for free educating the few people that would stick around and go, tell me everything. And I would. I'd stick around for 3 hours after the close with people on a daily basis, talking about all the details. So, hey, welcome, Pause. Nice to have you. Like I told anybody else that's coming in, you'll have access to the level 2 posts in the community tab. Just look back like 2 posts before, and there's I did a screenshot of the Discord instructions for syncing up. And if you guys really, really want me to, I'll go hit sync right now and you guys will get into the Discord. Anyway, I digress. Passive. You get to the level, you rip back up. They are not supply anymore. They're covering. As it moves through there and people short every 2 or 3 point scalp move, there's swing traders positioning short into all these deltas. Why? Because deltas, right now, they are the popular thing. Everybody wants to use deltas because it's Captain Obvious right now. But deltas are simply where one side was passive, and obviously there had to be aggressors there. But these passive deltas, they don't have to be resistance. They probably are on a scalp time frame, but on a larger time frame, this Andre kind of speaks to your trading style. They create weakness, and so you'll shoot back. You might get a little bit of retracement in here, but then above here you get liquidity again, and then they get out, and they get to essentially, they get to distribute up here, ante, and then all the higher time frame stuff that we talked about in Discord. And then when they find the liquidity here, they get a sell at a more advantageous level, making a lower high, and they get a position with all the weak traders that are now going long, because weak traders love to buy highs. But this kind of high is not the right setup. Fine, if you want to go like this, all right, there was a move like that, and you like to buy right. You like to buy right here. Nothing wrong with that for balance breakout. But that's not what this is. It's a different structure. Right? And this is where a lot of people are lost. They don't know how to read the structure of the market. They're like, yeah, I want to buy my 50%. I'm going to short my 50% retracement, which happens to align with the left shoulder. And then it goes higher, and they're like, oh, I was right in the trade. And then they brag to all their friends, I had the right idea. I just stopped out. Because, man, those guys they're good at stop hunting. No, it's people like me who realize this is how markets move. Right? So I'm getting in on your stops, and I'm trying to get out where you, oh poor soul, are trying to get short. Why? Why do I do that? Is it because I'm a monster? No. I'm not a whale. I'm a puny little minnow. But I am trying to play with the big boys. And I've played as a big boy in the crypto space, so that's why I know. I can see how the market used to react to 100 Bitcoin back in the day, 2016, 2017. I knew how the market reacted to a 500 lot ETH order, or 500, or 1,000, right? Which is what I was trading, right? I knew when I got filled at a certain level, if I bought just a little bit right after, everybody FOMOs. They filled and they're buying. I didn't have to do anything, right? You absorb those sellers at a technical level, and boom, the market goes the opposite way. So that's what I'm sharing with you guys. And I'm trying to share it with you guys on the E-mini. So it's so different from what you're being taught by most people. Oh, breakout trade, right? Higher highs. Look, market structure where you trend has its place, right? Buying the breakouts. That has its place. I'm not saying don't buy breakouts. I'm saying that there are so many other ways to profit in this market by thinking deeply about market structure and trap traders. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. That's what I keep preaching. I preached it all last year. You know, we had a private area of the old Discord called Evolution. And it was like, share your most precious setups. You know what I posted in there? It was something called How to Play Against Trapped Traders. And it was a simple volume profile, like this one on the right, showing distribution nodes and how traders think about when it distributes and where they buy, and the different reactions that occur, and where the stop runs occur, and what the dynamics of the market are when it breaks back down. And it all tied back into BBWC nuts and bolts. That was the only post I shared with people. Then I told people about BBWC, hoping to get everybody involved. Very few people actually focused. It was so disappointing. So I'm not going to make that mistake with you guys who are paying. I'm going to push. I'm going to push until you guys get it through your heads about what BBWC nuts and bolts is, and then we're going to move on to variance. I'm not going to fire hose you guys the next thing before you're ready. Why? Because I don't want a bunch of morons. You guys aren't morons, but I don't want a bunch of morons because they haven't studied or don't understand making BBWC calls all day long incorrectly in the Discord. I don't. Now, do I want you guys to try and make calls? Yes. Will we correct them? Absolutely. So anyway, there's my little spiel on that. A lot of alpha. A lot of alpha. Real alpha. Okay, so let's go back here. And let's turn this off. Now let's go put a trend line on. Let's go address your concern, Andre. Check it out. You see where we're at? You see where the ice is? I always have told people for what feels like years. Here, let's go zoom in. All right. All right, and just fixing it. Because, you know, we know. Yeah, I've got my Sierra chart set to about, I think, a 2 or 4 pixel sensitivity on trend lines. Otherwise, you know what ends up happening if it's set higher? You just click here and it selects everything in here. So, but it also means when I'm on a treadmill, I have a difficult time selecting stuff because it's a little more sensitive. There you go. See, yeah, I think it's set to 2 pixels sensitivity on that. Right. So I can select it here. See how it doesn't select this? But if I get within 2 pixels, it'll select both. Nope, it didn't here. Oh, that's good. Nope. 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 Oh, yeah. I've got it set right. Anyway, look. You guys know the rules of rot? Anybody here know the rules of rot? Hey, Freedom Sales. Nice to have you stop in, my friend. Uh, HC Meister. I traded in size on crypto. Now I'm a minnow. Now I'm a minnow in this futures environment. I'm a minnow. Get in, get out, follow the big money, right? So anyway, anybody know the rules? Rule of three. Look, the big money iced it up. Where? The big money iced it up. So Andre's talking about exhaustion here at 4150. Notice 4150 is above the trend line. Already a big move. They're already covering into what? Before the lows with a gap now. So is this potential rule of three gap? Sure. Sure it is. If you guys have watched the rule of three video, you know. You know that there's different setups. So you're like, well, I want to use what you know to make a trade right here, right now. I'm going to be totally upfront with you guys right now. I don't play unless it's obvious as hell down here that we're not just consolidating in here to push below the trend line. I want to see in here not just some passive ice. I want to see them capitulate with a massive volatility thrust that is met with buyers who immediately push it back up and reject the gap. They're like, oh, that's cool. Otherwise, I stay out. You know why? Because I made my money. I don't just try to take setups when there is no high probability setup. That's the key to trading. Sit on your hands when you don't have a high probability setup that fits your understanding of the market. And if you have a good understanding of the market, that will keep you safe from making numbskull moves. So, right? The key is, do you have a good understanding of the market? That's what I'm trying to teach you guys. Context. I'm trying to teach you the bigger picture and how to use low time frame for good entry and big picture stuff to then make decisions on the low time frame. But on the larger time frame, what I want people to be doing, and I'm going to teach you how to do this, part of what I already did this morning, I want to teach you structure and to have a plan for if that structure breaks, either to the downside or as a reversal. And if it does break, you have a plan in place with an expectation of how the market should move. Why do you think new traders can't trade well? It's not because they don't have a plan. They just don't know what the plan actually looks like in real time. That's why experience matters in this game. If you can't identify what the market actually looks like on a short time frame when these things are happening, how are you going to identify that your plan is coming to fruition? It takes experience, right? So someone said early in the chat, they're like, I'll subscribe for a month, see how you're doing. And I just kind of chuckled because I'm like, okay. We had other people in the old Discord who are like, I'm going to come in and learn everything you know, and I'm going to regurgitate it in 3 months. Good luck, my friend. Because you need to be able to see using a well-performing chart what momentum loss looks like. Right? I spent some time talking to people this morning about the differences between a Windows DOM for me and my Linux. operating system DOM. And I was just explaining how I can put my footprint chart on 20 millisecond refresh rate and it doesn't lag. You're like, can you guys show me that? Sure, I'll show you that. Watch it lag right now. That would be hilarious. Okay, but it's not going to, I don't think. Let's go. You know, one of the rules in trading, don't brag about your positions, don't brag about what is going to be. Then you get humbled by the trading gods. Okay, so here it is. All right, let's go into display. These things are important. It's 100. All right, let's go to 20. Now let's see. Does it start getting all choppy or does it keep up? Bing, hit apply. Look at the DOM. Here, let's zoom out. Look at it changing and how quickly it changes. This thing has 1 volume profile, 2 volume profiles, 3 volume profiles, number bar studies, tick by tick data, multiple overlays, MBO data, right? 100 or 200 depth on every side of the market. It's not lagging. Look, up and down. It says 20 millisecond refresh. Well, I talk about why it's important. Because you do not want to be viewing this market on a short time frame. Looking at a flip book. And what I mean by flip book, you guys ever watch like those old, I don't know, those old pictures of like trains and whatnot, right? They're like little projectors where they flip each card to make a movie. That's not 4K resolution. You want 4K resolution for your order flow movement. Why? Because, look, if we both stand from a distance and we're both trying to guess where the car is going to lose momentum, and you have to blink and close your eyes for a half a second while I blink once in a while, but I have no restrictions. I'm seeing it. I'm going to probably judge it better than you on balance, unless you have some objective method of showing that through an indicator or something, right? Some of you guys are very technically oriented. I get it. I'm going to outperform you because I could see momentum because my eyeballs are 4K, baby. And you got to blink for half a second. That's what your DOMs are like. Some of you have such crappy performance that you don't actually see the way that these oscillations work in real time. This footprint matches the same price action that's happening on my DOM. See that? Real time, baby. That matters. But a lot of you guys, you don't even pay attention to that. You're like, it is what it is. Well, how do you configure Windows to get better performance? If you're using Sierra Chart, for example. Well, there's ways to do that. So you got to do that if you're going to be stuck with Windows. Or if you want to trade full time, you want to see the difference and go add Linux, well then, you're going to have to spend a little bit of time to have a slightly better tool set. And you will have a better tool set on Linux. Why? Because I have one instance with 60 charts, 800 or 900 studies, all on one instance, and this is how it runs. So when I go enter an order, right, click, it's showing up on my chart immediately when I cancel. That means the charts are all live to my DOM very fast. That makes a difference. Kermit, Sierra Chart, I believe, limits it at 20, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Andre says, do you offer a 10-year subscription plan? Only for people who are under the age of 50, Andre. Oh, jeez. I don't hold back, do I? Anyway, Hey, Paz, welcome. Matt, welcome. Who else is here? Mike, welcome, man. I am I'm not that I'm not eligible. Oh man, I'm headed in that direction fast. Anyway, I don't need my footprint to be set to 20. Does it all keep up? Yeah, it does. You're like, well then why not just keep it? Yeah, I don't know. It's not. If I'm trading, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to reach. So like my TPOs are set to 1 second. They can keep up too, but I don't know. I think what causes Linux to improve is that when I use Wine, I think I'm distributing over multiple cores on my processor. Whereas in Sierra Chart on Windows, you have to each instance is its own uses a core of your processor. And I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, I don't think Windows will distribute that instance over multiple cores. Yeah, no problem, Matt. It's all good. I mean, look, there's people with all different flavors, right? You're gonna get the louder person, and that's just what makes us human, right? Some of us talk more, some of us listen. But what and this is what I was trying to encourage people early in the Discord this morning. I was probably connected to the Discord around 5:30 this morning because I had finished. I was up at 4 or something because my son kicked me in the stomach, and I was like, F it. I want to go check the Discord because I'm passionate about trading. Make sure it's all running up and smooth. So I got on, did my pre-market prep, finished by 5:30, and then was like, well, heck, I see a few people online. Let's see if people will connect. So that's why I started talking about where I thought the market might go this morning. Blah 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 blah. And then during that time, I'm talking to people and just telling them like, look, I get it. People are going to be a little bit afraid to talk, but no one's going to bite your face off in my Discord. And if they do, I don't care if they're a paying member. They will lose access. And you can take it up with YouTube, right? Oh, I'm not getting my perk. Okay, fine. Whatever. Take your money back and go. You can have the HUD, you can have the Chartbook, right? But I'm not defining it as a perk. So YouTube's probably going to reject your offer to get your money back. Do I care about your 50 bucks? No, I don't. But do I want to encourage people to come in and then leave right away? No. Again, my end game is connecting with traders, creating a family, and we're going to cap the membership. That's what's going to happen. And once we get 50, 100 videos up, it's going to be like a trading course. Because why the heck would I put 200 hours of everything up and then charge people 50 bucks to get the whole access and they redistribute it? No. People are going to be grandfathered in right now. And in the future, look, it's going to be a whole different thing. Here, you want to learn how to trade and watch, 250 hours of nitty gritty, get in depth. Here's how to trade. Here's risk management. Here's how to look at trap traders. Here's how to think about markets. Look, go spend $1,000. I don't care. Trade futures. Yeah, here's the pitch, huh? You don't like it? That's fine. It is what it is. You're not a good salesman. Like maybe you're a great salesman for talking like this. No, I'm not. It is what it is. I'm being really blunt with you guys about this. I'm telling you what's happening. People are going to use this to their advantage. I already know the way that I already get 10 emails away a day from Iran, India, some South African countries. YouTube bans them. YouTube does not allow them to sign up to the service. They're all saying, I will buy with crypto to get access to your Discord. Like, look, these people already want to scam. Like, I'm already getting that. And I know that people are, look, people who have services that have sold services that I'm friends with have already said, Mike, you need to do things like V-Do cipher. Go look at what V like violin, Do cipher is, right? It's a whole thing that prevents people from doing screenshots and I'm like, dude, if I have to worry about all that crap, I ain't doing this. I ain't doing it. It's not worth it for me. I trade first. And my end game is trading off into my sunset years with cool people. I tried the freeway on Discord, but people, because they're not paying for it, do not take everything I'm saying super, super, super seriously. That's why I'm doing this. That's why tell everybody that I'm friends with, I say, this is an asshole filter, right? That's what it is. I'm being I'm being 100 with you guys. You don't believe me? That's fine. I don't care. But I'm just saying, that's what it is. I know how to trade. So, anyway. Settings! Back to 100. Oh, jeez. Look at me getting all worked up on a Friday afternoon. And I'm sweating. The office is getting hot. Hey, Declan. Welcome, my friend. Nice to see you. I'm gonna go sync up the Discord server because there's like what, 4 people or something. Hmm. Hmm. I do email with Andre sometimes because Andre was appreciating my content from the moment he heard me talk on YouTube, and he recognized, right? Andre's been around for a while. He recognized, oh, this is somebody actually sharing real stuff, right? So, Andre was donating in chat like $10 a day. Thank you very much, Andre. And we emailed. Um, what was I gonna say? Hmm. And I told Andre about all this stuff, basically, what my end game was, and you know, this is what it's about for me. And Andre has been trying to, yeah, we've been weekend pen pals, some long emails. Andre's been trying to convince me to do this for a while, and I didn't want to. That's the truth. Andre Dennis is not a partner. He pays. People, I'm telling you, Andre, people, I'm going to get all kinds of ish from people. They think you're a plant or something. Uh, Guilty conscience? Anticipating all this, Mike? Is that what's happening here? No, it's not. Um, yeah, you did pitch me hard. And Andre pitched it for much more. He said, you should be charging this amount. And I was like, um, that's not the end game, Andre. I make money trading. My end game is not a subscription service. It's not, believe it or not. So anyway, better perform. Oh, I feel the pressure, Andre. I'm so nervous. Because don't you hear it in my voice? What if I guess wrong today about the market? Because that's how I trade, right? I guess all the time. And I only share the good stuff. No. I share the good, the bad, the ugly. It just so happens that there's more good than bad. So it is what it is. I don't ever delete tweets, guys. Every tweet that's up, unless someone oh, I appreciate you making me laugh, my friend. Unless someone pisses me off, they troll me, and then I insult them, and then I think like, God, I really, I really need to not have that be my. I don't want to let people know that I really am a hothead. Not much of a hothead. You guys can tell me whatever. Uh, Here's the thing, guys. Will we get grumpy in Discord because we lost money? I'm pretty sure everybody will say, yeah, and I'm either going to stay out on those days or I might get a little grumpy. That's fine. I totally understand. Just make sure you let people know I had a bad day, right? It's all good. Don't go insulting everybody when you have a bad day, because that's going to happen. It is. If you're a trader, you're going to have a bad day. You're going to have a bigger losing day. Not every day's the same drawdown because you control risk. Some days you just lose, lose, lose. So, if you guys are familiar with the Monte Carlo simulation that I've done a YouTube video on, I hope you guys are. And if you guys are listening, you like this, please hit that like button. Um, God, I hate asking that. I hate it. But it's the one thing you guys can do to help. Or you can subscribe. A figure among the ciphers. What? Huh? um, I have no idea what he's talking about, but that's okay. Uh, what was I gonna say? Monte Carlo simulation. You guys know that at around a 70% win rate after 100 trades, you're gonna likely have at least 5 losers in a row. Just as a high statistical probability. So what does that mean in reality for most traders? It means that even if you win 7 out of 10 times, you're going to have a streak of say 4.56 losses, we'll round it up to 5. During the span of 100 trades, given your predefined edge. What does that mean? That means that if you lose 4 or 5 times in a row, that should be perfectly acceptable. And if that happens over the span of one day, you have a losing day. Here's where, as a trader, you got to keep trading, and you have to be aware of your psychology during that time. If you're not aware of what your psychology is like during those losing times, and that your psychology is so poor that you're no longer able to view the market in an objective, I guess, edge-filled way, then what's going to happen is that 4 or 5 in a row is going to produce 4 or 5 more in a row because you're now no longer trading your same plan. So consistency is key. And as Freedom Sales points out to me, sometimes because you're trading different edge and different setups, that probability is defined over the criteria of edge over a given number of trades for that only. So you might try the next set of sort of setups where you know your probability of winning, and then you might lose, lose, lose. You have to know, am I really trading objectively, discretionarily, my setup according to my edge? Important stuff to be aware of, for sure. Up reversal seems well anchored now. Yeah, Andre. Let's see. Let's zoom out. What are you guys seeing here? You're seeing my footprint. They're building volume into this area here. Let's zoom out a little bit. A little bit of a size trader here. All right, now let's go over to the 5 minuto chart. All right. Let's do something here. All right. What's happening here? Why is this? Okay, let's do this. Scale range automatic. There you go. All right. This is the part everybody loves because it's simple. All right. Simple trend line. You're like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And that has its place. Nothing wrong with that. Baroque Boys, NQ for sure. But I have talked about this on prior live streams, um, sort of ad nauseum, and there might be a study to be done on the MNQ. I don't know. I haven't done it. But from a logical perspective, right, the NQ is 10 times the size of the MNQ. And I haven't looked at volume for a long time. But you know, there's a game study, there's a game theory approach to this, which is if MNQ represent a certain type of trader, then perhaps those certain kind of traders buy and sell at the wrong times. And so maybe you could use it for edge. Zip Akin, he does Zip's forum. He's a he programs custom studies. He's been doing it a long time. Zip is my good friend. And Zip used to talk about that you could use the MNQ. So if you want to know the particulars, you may want to ask him about it. Go subscribe on his forum, get involved. One of the things that Zip really appreciates with traders is discussion around some of his custom indicators. So on track, yes, we are losing momentum. Yes, we have broken this trend line for sure. Anyway, let me go into the Discord. Let me sync it up, guys. And that way any of you guys who just joined will get access. You may have access already. Yeah, no problem, Baroque boys. Excuse me. Integrations, YouTube, trader plan, sync. Booyah! All right, we're good. Synced a bunch of people in now. So if you're on Discord, you don't have access yet. Just you should now. You should see. I've never done it from your guys' perspective, but everybody tells me it's really, really easy. They're like, "Oh, that was cool. That was seamless integration." So anyway, that's why I'm doing it on YouTube, right? If I wanted to get more money from the subscriptions, YouTube. So let's say you pay me 50. No, let's say you pay me $100. YouTube automatically takes 30%, and then they take out taxes. So I get maybe 65, maybe. I haven't worked it out exactly. I don't even care that much. If I wanted to, I could integrate a payment processor on the Discord, and then I get 95 out of 100 instead of 65 out of 100. But I do not want to turn into a full-time administrator, guys. That's why I'm not doing it. People have already said, "What are you doing YouTube for?" So a friend of mine said, "I don't even want to pay that because it goes to YouTube. It pisses me off that you're not getting it." I'm like, dude, just accept it and move on. I don't want to be a full-time administrator of these things. This is not my business. My business is trading. I love trading, and I trade well. I'm at the stage in life, and my good friend RJ tells me this. He's told me this for years. Mike, you're at the stage where you need to educate people. That's your next growth. I agree with you, RJ. You're right. You are completely right. Because there's a lot of growth that comes from educating people and testing yourself. Testing your ability to communicate your ideas. Believe it or not, when I first started the old Discord, I was scared silly to connect with people on audio because I'd never done it before with the group of people where I was the centerpiece. All right, and I am absolutely fall over on the lectern, terrified of public speaking. I am like shaking your boots. I did it at some of my old jobs where we had a basketball league, and I was a good basketball player. And they asked me to speak on the basketball game. It was impromptu. It was like, maybe 100 people in the company in this sort of break room, right? Big break room. Like, Mike, come up and talk about the basketball game, right? Because I was like kind of like the captain of the company basketball team. I got up there and I almost passed out. I mumbled something and then I rushed back to my seat, face red, sweating, and I was like, I'm going to pass out. That's how I've been my whole life about public speaking. Hate it with the passion. Hate it. When I worked for New York Life Insurance Corporation, right? And got certified and learned about securities, the Series 7, all that garbage. They brought in the people from Carnegie, so the Carnegie Public Speaking, and they wanted us all to do it. They heavily pressured, and I knew it would have been an amazing thing to go through. And I probably would have overcome my public speaking that way. I quit. I quit rather than do public speaking through that course. Didn't include that in the introduction. Oh. So, for all you guys who are like, this guy's a natural salesman. Look, if I had to get in front of you and all your eyeballs were on me, I'd probably fall over on my treadmill. Now, I'm getting older. It, since I've had kids, to be honest, I kind of care less about everything. So maybe I could do public speaking now. Maybe. I haven't tried for a while. I probably could. I think I could. But when I started the Discord, there was a guy in what was his name? Andre. His name was Andre. Yes, Andre from Portugal. I might even remember your last name now, but I'm not going to say it. And Andre was telling me, Mike, get on the audio channel, and I wouldn't do it because I was scared. Am I going to sound like an idiot? I'm really good at doing screen shots and typing, and I'm comfortable with that. But man, what if they put me on the spot and I get nervous and then people start judging me, and it's like, guys, it's a whole thing, right? I grew up in a super religious environment, community, where judgment was the norm. That's where it comes from, right? So, yeah, it is what it is. Futures trading guy or whatever that guy's name is. Trade futures is like, that's part of the salesmanship, is that you can talk like this about your past and lie about it, right? No, that's what it is. I'm just telling you. See how introspective I am? My brother-in-law is like, you're the most introspective person I've ever come across in my life. Like, maybe. You never know. But I'm constantly replaying, analyzing, self-doubting. It's a whole thing. I have no idea how I can trade futures. It's because I put so much work into it, right? I am a pit bull when it comes to learning. Um, I push hard, and I don't. When I try to learn something, I don't let go. Right. It's why my old pinned tweet on Twitter is where I like kind of just talk about. It's not my pinned tweet anymore, right? But where I talk about you need to learn what it is you're going to learn about futures. You need to learn it well. You need to fully immerse yourself master it, move on to the next thing. But once you grab hold of it, be persistent. Keep learning, keep pushing, right? Like I think I said in that thread, if there's something on delta, so delta's ask volume minus bid volume. You're like, I'm not a math person, so that goes over my head every time I hear it. My advice to you, go read the definition of what ask volume is. Then read the definition of what bid volume is. Cement it in your brain. Then say, if delta is ask volume minus bid volume, so you just subtract the bid volume at a given tick, what does that tell me about absorption at that tick? Forget diagonal footprint bid pressure. Can you figure out, based on delta, if there's pressure from a level above to the level below because you understand it? If you're like, I still don't understand it, then go through the math. Literally go to your chart, say, if bid is when people sell into it, what is that? That's initiative sellers. That's passive takers, people who are putting liquidity on the bid. And then when the ask moves into that level and people hit the ask, or they take aggression and buy into the ask using their stop limit orders or their limit orders. There's no such thing as a market order on the CME. Don't get confused. Don't say market buy. Your buttons on your platform say market. The technicality that annoys me when I hear people say, you got a market, it's a market order. I get it, your platform says market order, but on the CME, let's be technical because it matters, because there's some edge to be had from understanding the stop protection limit on the CME. You're like, what is that? I'll do a video on it, guys. Some of my old videos actually cover it, but a lot of you guys haven't watched the old videos, so we'll cover it at some point because there's edge to be had from that. It creates these stop limit orders, when they hit the maximum, create weakness in the market that you can gain short-term edge from if you're a scalper. Like, what? Tell me more. Nope. I don't have another hour and a half. Okay, but back to delta, right? So if when the ask moves back through that same level and then the buyers buy into it, that's ask volume. When people are buying into the ask or the limit order on the other side of the book, right? So they're taking aggression. So if delta is ask volume, or the volume that hits the ask, minus the volume that hit the bid there, what does that tell you about the net delta and buying pressure? If every single tick below shows you the delta that already happened if there was transactional volume. You're like, I'm lost. That's why you need to dissect it at that level, so that you're not lost, so that you fully understand what a delta is, so that you could use it in your trading. Then you could start configuring studies in your software to make everything you're seeing completely relevant to your trading style. And you'll just realize all delta is measuring aggression and passivity. That's it. That's it. And it's measuring commitment. So if someone's passively absorbing, someone's aggressively selling. That's all it is. And then you'll start to go, wait a second. These bigger players are just really good at getting in and out of the market on a higher time frame to trap all the numbskulls at the wrong points. It's a cool thing, guys. It is a cool thing. Anyway, we'll be learning about it for a long time. All right, what time is it? 12:13? I see this market's making a move. It is time to trade my account, my big boy account, not these little micros. I got to switch over. By the way, one of the things that I realized after my live stream the other day is that if you go in here, and I'm going to do this really quick. If you go in here to the chart settings and you go to linking, right here, you can link the symbols to your DOM and only change your DOM. And then boom, all the symbols change. I was doing it manually for so long. See? Just because you use Sierra chart doesn't mean you're going to be efficient all the time. I just noticed that. I was a dum-dum for months on YouTube. It took me forever to link up each one. Now, this master mode and trade quote symbol being set to yes, I've managed to break it a few times, but it's cool. Save you a lot of time. Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta go trade some markets. Welcome, new folks. I appreciate y'all here. Hit the like on this thing. I'm gonna leave this stream up for a little while for the public, and that way people are kind of informed as to what the Discord is about. And again, we don't have a lot of members yet. It's early, and you know, we're gonna get to a point we're gonna max out, and because I don't want to try and manage too many people on the Discord. It'll be, believe me, you do not want a big noise Discord. You do not want 1,000 people there. You do not want 500 people on the Discord. My end game is not massive subscription. I want to get everybody to that that max number, and then have everybody learning from about the same point. That way, we're not having to re-educate people who join late, right? We can all start about the same point. Because what's going to happen is in a few months, people are going to be behind by 10 videos, and we're going to be talking about stuff, and you're going to be like, what is that? What is that? What is that? And that's fine. If we don't get to the membership max in 2 months, that's fine. But it's going to be annoying to all of you guys who've already studied it all, right? And what we're going to end up telling these people is like, you need to go watch these videos, and it's going to be a big task because you guys know, you level 2 guys, that those videos were fire hoses, right? They were fire hoses. There's a lot of information there. I tried to simplify it as best as I could. So it's fairly structured, but these videos are like, huh, that's a lot. Well, guess what? Trading the markets well is like being a good doctor. A good doctor asks the patients lots of questions, learns about history, doesn't just go, oh, you have some pain, here's Tylenol, right? Oh, Tylenol doesn't work, here's ibuprofen, right? Then maybe the good doctor goes, look at all these symptoms. Let me think about the environment. Okay, maybe we should try your diet first. Let's get some blood work done. Let's go a little deeper. Good trading, same way. So anyway, nice calls, Andre. Have a good one. Trade Future says, retire for full-time teachings. That should be the goal. No, I disagree. I like trading. I'm not like some of these people that want to retire and teach it. If I only taught trading, it would affect the way I teach quite negatively. I wouldn't be as invested in what I say. And I like being invested in my attempt at predicting market direction or at getting into the market and having good risk reward. That is what makes it fun for me. Now, for the guy that wants to just make money, right? Like, there's all these people who are ex-market wizards, or not ex, they are market wizards, and they're capitalizing on it. I kind of think there's a jadedness that comes in there. I'm just not built that way. I like having a dog in the fight. I like to say something and to be wrong, right? Otherwise, what fun is life if you can only be right, right? So if you teach and you have no horse in the race, right? Then you're really not worried about being wrong. All you're worried about is your image, right? I don't like that. Because I think what would happen is that I would get jaded. And I see it in so many educators. They get jaded. Again, I've never paid for a subscription, but I see the attitudes. I see the way that they talk about markets. And I'm like, no, these people don't really care if they lose money. Well, the difference with me is when I'm wrong, it hurts. I don't like it. It upsets me. If I do something stupid in the market, it actually bothers me. Right? So my goal is to never actually do something stupid. Control risk. Anyway, we had a whole conversation. There was a Discord member today that won 2 times and lost 3 times and was net positive 12 e-mini points on the day. And it spiraled into a 10-minute conversation about risk management. And it was a beautiful conversation. So those things are important. Anyway, have a good one. This market is still moving advantageously. Okay, I gotta go. Have a really splendid weekend, you guys. I always enjoy hanging out with you on the live stream. Right. The reason I came on the live stream is because the Discord, everybody was quiet. So I was like, you know what? Might be more interesting, and I might get more interaction if I go on YouTube, because y'all are just pretty darn quiet in here. So anyway, that's why I came on YouTube. So, all right, have a great weekend, Andre. I hope you send me an email this weekend, because we have lots to talk about, and I enjoy your emails immensely. All of your guys' emails that are level 2. You guys have been splendid to talk to. You guys are amazing. I am really happy that you're sharing personal details about your lives, which I'm not going to talk about here, but it it makes what I'm what my end game is, which is getting to know all of you guys and trading in a really cool environment. It makes it seem like it's going to be a big possibility with at least the group that's already joined here. So I'm excited. I'm really excited to teach you guys. This is fun to me, believe it or not, because I love talking about markets. I love markets. And anybody who's been with me in Discord, you guys know that. You know that I overdo it all the time. So I'm sure I'm going to overdo it in Discord. But hopefully some of you guys who kind of know some stuff about my health and where I've struggled, you guys boot me out from time to time. Just say, dude, quit being so obsessed. Go, right? So anyway, have a great weekend.